Howdy. Today we're looking at the Redeemer Prime. Somebody requested that I look at this during my one of my Terraria streams a couple days ago. I originally wasn't sure about doing a video on it before somebody said anything about it. It's actually the second weapon I checked out and tested after the Jade Shadows changes because it has blast innately on the projectiles. Like, as soon as Jade Shadows came out, I updated the game, loaded up the Simulacrum, tried out Blast Galaxion, and then tried out Redeemer. But, I don't know, I just wasn't sure if it was worth making a video on, but if anyone wanted to watch it, then, well, somebody said so, so here we are. In that case, I think it is worth making a video on. Now, the Redeemer is a Gunblade, or Redeemer Prime is what we're using. It has base attack speed at 0.97, the pretty typical 2 meters of range, 50% follow through, 24% crit chance, 2.2 crit multiplier, 30% status chance. Then for the direct melee attack, which is not really what we'll be using, but might as well go over anyways, 21.2 impact, 148.4 slash, 42.4 puncture, 212 total damage, so it is slash weighted. But then for the projectile that it shoots, it also still has a fire rate of 0.917, multi-shot of 10, a base punch through of 1, and a fall-off of 10 to 30 meters. The fall-off can be a bit annoying. Then the damage per projectile is 24% crit chance, 24% crit chance, 2.2 crit multiplier, 9% status per projectile, and 80 base blast damage. And since it has 10 base multi-shot, that puts us at 800 total damage, which is quite snazzy. Now, honestly, given what is available in the game right now, I don't think there's really much to do with this weapon other than just go for a melee influence build. I mean, you can't have corrosive and electric at the same time. You don't really need viral. It's hard to fit viral into this build because you kind of need all the mod slots. It's starved for mod slots, especially because it needs attack speed so bad, right? So you don't really want to fit viral in, plus you can get viral from somewhere else. Gas is kind of unnecessary. Another thing that is hard to fit in the build because then it makes it harder to keep electric for melee influence. I mean, you could go blast electric gas all at once. That is a viable option if you end up getting attack speed or other stuff from a different source in your build, but if you just go for a build on the weapon itself, I think this is really the main option you're going to want to go for, is just melee influence with the blast. You have conditioned overload, so we get melee damage for every status type affecting the target. This is going to be about the same damage as primed pressure point, because we only have 2 statuses, but if we apply statuses from anything else like a frame or a pet or whatever, then we will end up getting more damage than if we had prime pressure point. Amalgam Organ Share for crit damage and heavy attack wind-up speed, Voltaic Strike for status chance and electricity, Shocking Touch for more electricity to give us not just higher electric damage and higher damage overall, but also higher electric weighting, Sacrificial Steel for crit chance, which is also doubled crit chance on heavy attacks, Discipline's Merit so that we can get free heavy attacks. The heavy attack is a big shot. Quickening for attack speed and combo count chance, Blood Rush for more crit chance, Weeping Wounds for a bunch of status, so we get tons of electric and blast, and then obviously melee influence to spread all of the hits. Now, I have no companion on and nothing affecting our damage or Rhino. Then for these weapons, I just have dexterity on these two just for, like, you know, combo, so it doesn't decay immediately, and I have Naramon on. So we'll spawn these guys in, come back over here. Now, before I shoot these guys, if you're using a Gunblade and you just, like, walk forward, this is the High Noon combo. I actually don't know if there's any other combos for Gunblades. This is the, the moving stance, right, when you're just, like, forward attacking. Then the neutral basic stance is this. It's kind of meh. And then there's the guard stance as well, the guard neutral, and then the guard forward stance. I actually think this one's really nice for, like, getting closer to the enemy, and it's, like, just shooting for the most part, so this is actually really nice. But for anyone that doesn't know, you can actually purely shoot the Gunblade as a gun, but it can take a bit of effort to do. It's kind of annoying. So you neutral stance, right? Neutral, basic, and it does that double shoot. So if you do that, but then the forward basic is one shot, okay? So you shoot, and then if you time it right and you move forward right at the end of the shots, or before the end of the shot of the first, like, 2 shots, you can just constantly shoot. It does take a bit of getting used to like consistently be able to do this, but you can see that, like, I'm not even that good at this game, to be totally honest, and I can manage it mostly fine. So if you get used to this, it makes using gun blades much easier. It does become more difficult the higher your attack speed, so keep that in mind, but still worth doing. Anyways, let's start building this up. Because of the multi-shot, building combo on a gunblade is actually really, really easy. Like, look at how fast. We're already at 12 times. Now, this is without any armor strip or viral or anything like that. It's just the weapon itself with melee influence. You can see it does okay damage. It's not bad by any means. But you can do some pretty chunky damage with the heavy attack, which is why we have Tennokai here. So, wow, I think I missed the heavy attack. There we go. Look, everything got destroyed. Very, very snazzy, if you ask me. Now, because of the changes to armor and everything, you can actually get your damage significantly higher with the help of one singular mod. And that would be... where is it? I'm blind. Here it is. Corrosive Projection. It strips 18% of any enemy armor. And because how enemy armor scales linearly now, this is going to make you deal roughly triple the damage on enemies with max armor, right? 2700 at the cap, assuming you have no other armor strip. So this is actually a humongous damage increase. There, now you can see they die way, way faster now. Much, much easier. And you can't always just, you know, add grouping in because we have electric and viral. So let me spawn this back in. I'm actually going to take Corrosive Projection off, otherwise they'll likely die too fast. Come back over here. Just ensnare, and you know, because we have blast, so much blast and electric, grouping is going to be quite strong. Like so. It's actually a really, really good weapon now for, like, just murdering stuff. Not that it was bad before. Like, Redeemer's always been pretty good, but the Blast Electric build is really, really strong on it now for just decimating enemies. And it also means you can go for, like, a ranged build if you're going for a melee. Like, if you, say, use Varuna or Kalervo, you can still have a ranged weapon that is a melee because it's a gunblade. So that's pretty funny. I'm not really quite sure what else. Oh yeah, I wanted to at least show blast gas electric. So if you wanted to do gas blast electric, it's kind of hard to fit it all in on here. So what I would likely do is remove voltaic and shocking touch, and then we would have to run volt, or I mean technically you don't need volt, you could just use his helmet and subsume it over on somebody for shock trooper. But we'll be on volt, so we do that, then we add in Prime Fever Strike and the 60/60 heat mod. Where? Here it is. Volcanic Edge. Well, actually, you know, we actually don't want that high of gas weighting now that I think about it, so we're probably better off using Virulent Scourge over Prime Fever Strike. So now we come back up here, we switch to Volt. I've got no Archon Shards or anything on him. This is the build. I actually don't want Steel Charge here. That's going to affect our damage. We'll put on Deadeye or whatever. So now the only thing that's going to be affecting our damage, because we won't be casting our shield or our Wrathful Advance. You can use the shield though, but we'll be using Shock Trooper specifically because this is something you can put on any frame due to it being Volt's helmet option. Now, simulate these enemies. We cast this. That's the only ability we cast. And you can see it's pretty decent. Already better than Blast and Gas on its own, of course, without anything else. And then if we added in, like, grouping and stuff, again, it would just, like, be ridiculously powerful. Now, hang on. I want to see... Can I get it off with just one heavy? Yes, I can. There we go. Literally, like, what, 2 light attacks, 3 light attacks, and a heavy or something like that? Destroyed them all. Pretty good. Does take, you know, using stuff outside of the weapon to really maximize it, because you don't really want to have to sacrifice any of the other mods. But it's not a bad option. I actually think Redeemer is super, super good. I'm probably going to use it more often because it's pretty fun. I actually really like Gunblades. So I definitely recommend giving Redeemer a shot. It's better for killing stuff than Vastalok, that's for sure. Not that Vastalok's bad. Vastalok's great for killing stuff, but Vastalok really shines more as an armor strip tool than anything else. But that's going to do it for the Redeemer video, I think. I don't really think there's much else to show about it. It's pretty straightforward. It's a very straightforward weapon, very simple, but very powerful. If you like the video, leave a like and subscribe. Adios.